three people from Procter and Gamble, that own like a third of the world. Um, they're with nothing better to do but sit in those directors' chairs and drill through your head and eyes about every second that's counting is a million and a billion. Okay. Then you've got their PR people. Okay. And then you've got the advertising agency. Okay, you do the math. The co-producer lady I mentioned before in the studio a lot, at that point, is like script supervisor or continuity, whatever you call them now. No offense. Okay, so again, this answering to corporate interests is all in visual execution. Surface excitement. The coffee has to look perfect. It's not about the coffee looking perfect, but they can't help it. They don't want to admit it, but I know how wired it is into y'all's MO. This visual execution is overwhelming. It can be suffocating, actually. You watch a bad movie like Silent Scream, I'm sorry, Denny Harris, it's suffocatingly bad. It's like a really bad movie of the week that never made it to air. Okay. Number 4, I'm going to go into this wiring. Another wiring that they're hardwired, is time compression. So again, one of these things that they can't help is, and really they can't, again, the velocity of work that you're doing creates an immersion. So you can't really help at that point what you're doing 10 years in, right? So they're bridled into this time compression. There's no room to breathe. And they're not used to breathing. They're used to producing creatively. I'm not saying there's not innovation in that industry. There are phenomenal commercial directors. The behind the scenes of commercial production, the agents, the casting directors, all that, superior to movies. Superior. Okay? I started, at 6. Just trust me on that one. Okay, number 5. The crossover has never been successful by and large. Again, speaking in general terms, this crossover has never been successful. And I've seen it even when it was not like really immersed, like working. It's very, very, very rare for that crossover to be successful, particularly holding any water and carrying it forward for any length of time. Now, there's one except, I guess I'll leave you with this. Leave you? I'm never leaving you. Exception that I can give you. Now, okay, at the time in the 80s and thereabouts, 80s, 90s, whatever, 80s especially, music videos were just as competitive technically and in terms of creativity as commercial television. Because this was early music video. So like Michael Jackson's video was directed by Bob Giraldi. Bob Giraldi wanted to do movies, if you'll excuse me. Well, that was competitive with Pepsi Cola, right? His Michael Jackson videos? Okay, so that's what we're talking. One exception, I'll give you again as an example, is David Fincher. Now his name is David Fincher, and he directed Aliens 3, the one that's supposed to take place on the penal colony planet, whatever. He directed that. Kind of fresh out of, and his specialty was music videos. He had not done much, if any, commercial television, but he had done very high-end music videos. So he threw himself into the arena. He didn't only do Aliens 3, he did, I think, 1 or 2 others, that were like Soderbergh-ish, But then where is he? I mean, I don't read the trades all the time, but I don't see him at the Oscars, nor any of his contemporaries. So those are that's my info dump on successful crossovers or transitioning or and exceptions thereof of exclusively television commercial directors and music videos when they were competitive like that as much as commercials, and working movie directors. And I think also it's interesting, I'll sort of retouch on this. As a movie director, for better or worse, you will never know what a commercial television director goes through. which is neither here nor there, I guess, but I think it's an interesting factoid that any of you movie directors out there that have never had to direct a television commercial, you, again, for better or worse, have missed out on an entire phenomenon of your career. You'll never know what that feels like. Every second is $1 billion. Why? It may go during halftime of the Super Bowl. Okay, I'll let you guys go. I know I'm like, vomit of the mouth here today, and we're going way too long. I don't know how the closed captioning keeps up with me. Okay, so again, therapeutic time with you. Thank you for being here with me and letting me share and letting me word vomit. And I feel you. I feel your company. And thank you. And I'll see you tomorrow and keep you posted on things. And certainly with clips. And then we got previous teasers and shows. So until then, be good to yourself and those around you that you care about.